spin. 3-1 Sampras.
Sampras leads 3-1, second set.
From the far end, any ball close to the line looks as if chalk flies because dust and grass is so little left along the baselines. You're going to get something bouncing.
Well, that's what it was all these years.
1-3. He leads by a set. Winner will earn $584,000, half that amount to the runner-up. It's hard to say that's insignificant because it certainly is not to your banker, but when it comes to the meaningfulness of a Wimbledon championship, it's worth a lot more than $584,000.
Used to be you win the Wimbledons and the U.S. Open in order to get the big money to play the other events. Now you got a load of money to play here, too.
Number 8.
15-all.
Rod Laver in 1970 was the first tennis player ever to make $100,000 in an entire year. Played about 30 events that year to do that. Times change quickly. That was a little wide. Boris knew it. He was standing right there down the line.
15-30.
Sampras, to his credit, picking up the pace here in the second set. Getting the only break of the match.
Double fault to give Sampras 2 more breakers. 4th double fault. So 2 chances to move up a couple of breaks in the second set. Ninth ace erases one of them.
Here we go again. Barbara Prain for first serve. Sampras with a chance to go after a second. Someone tell her Boris is in the finals here. He's won 3 times, been in 3 other finals.
He'll be okay.
He's not a bad player. He'll be all right.
Just agonizing. We can all identify with that. Watching someone you love. Net cord, and it helps Becker.
Well, Pete can only go back to Friday. Remember what happened to him when Ivanisevic that first set got the let cord down break point in the first set?
Exactly like that play, wasn't it?
Very similar. Good low return. Becker with the break there to get back to deuce. That break for Sampras turned out to be very important, him winning the first set tiebreaker. Let's see if it matters here. Becker missing that volley, a little bit up and down on the volley, more so than I've seen him throughout this event. He's got to be feeling the pressure as well. Look at this, Sampras already with 5 chances, only converted 1. Becker got 1 chance to break yet.
Yet he leads in the match, winning the tiebreaker for set.
Reminds me when Michael Steek beat Edberg in '91. Edberg never lost serve, lost the match in 4 sets, losing 3 tiebreakers.
And there's the break. Sampras has broken back-to-back, leads 4-1. Back at famed center court, this site, championships of Wimbledon since 1922. Changing times the first year of professional tennis, the Open era, 68 Rod Laver. He went home with $3,200. Serve speed 100. Average height of the top 10 men 5'9". Borg an 80. $32,000. That's approximate serve speed, 5'11", the average height. Sampras in the era of the bigger men and bigger prizes.
Well, I don't think Rod Laver served that hard. Certainly not consistent with the wood racket. He's my idol. I love the guy. And I think Bjorn Borg served harder than that. He developed a big first serve, and that was the big weapon that helped him win here 5 straight Wimbledons from 76 to 80.
Yeah, I think people do forget of how well he served. You think about all his baseline strokes and how impeccable he was in the backcourt, but he could get his opponent in trouble with that big first serve.
One of the biggest in the game at the time. Becker's decided to go with the hat.
The temperature on the court in the sun must be in the 90s now.
Be interesting to see if he wears that when he serves. I don't know if he'll be used to that.
Yeah, psychologically too. You're down 2 breaks and then maybe just a different look.
He doesn't have to think too long ago when he was down 2 breaks. Their match Friday down 6-2, 4-1 to Mr. Andre Agassi.
Yeah, some of the folks that have seen a lot of Wimbledons here in London writing that it's one of the most remarkable comebacks ever.
Phenomenal comeback for Becker.
And he said he played after that rough start, and Agassi said he'd never seen a man hit the ball that well before, that long. And then he said it was my best Wimbledon match. And for a man that
it's been in 6 finals
and won 62 times here, that's saying something.
That's beautiful touch by Sampras. But it also shows you the level of respect he has for Andre Agassi. And all the things that have gone on in the last few years. It's been 6 years since Becker's win here.
5 games to 1. Second set.
Pete Sampras saw that racket face open just at the last instant, watching the ball very carefully. Up 5-1 now in the second set.
First set.
And Becker is going to wear the long white-billed cap to serve.
Jim Courier certainly started that trend in men's tennis. I'd sure like to see Jim Courier get back on the top as well. Threaten the big boys. The Agassi's, the Samprases once again, the Boris Beckers. He's going to fix that cap, perhaps make it a little bit looser.
Jim Courier and Michael Chang, 2 of the seeded Americans, out in the first week this year at Wimbledon, but their match has always brought big crowds and lots of excitement.
30 love.
Don't forget, 2 years ago, Jim Courier in the finals here.
After winning in France, came here and all the way to the finals where Sampras was the victor. 4 sets. But 2 of those sets went to tiebreakers, won by Sampras.
Oh. 30-15.
So for Becker, the report card has 10 aces and 6 double faults.
Well, actually, I believe that was the year he lost in the finals, if I'm not mistaken, to Bruguera in 93, that thrilling 5-setter.
Had won 91 and 92.
And that's what they talk about Jim Courier when he lost something, was that match. Up 2-love in the 5th against Sergi Bruguera. And Becker wants to hold here. I'm sure he figures, even though he's not out of it obviously yet, that he'd like to serve first game of the 3rd set. It's hard to imagine he could break Sampras twice in a row. But stranger things have happened.
Oh.
That's how fast the ball comes to you. Just block it and take the speed and turn it the other way.
Well, it's like Nick Bollettieri told him. He's got to go for his lot on the second serve, take chances, because when that ball sits up, Sampras is just really attacking it. He definitely seems to have lost a little bit of something right here at the moment. Maybe a little out of the rhythm. Probably thinking a little bit about the 3rd set right now.
Game Becker.
We've returned. Sampras serves to square the match. Jack Kramer there on the left, studying his program. Frank Parker, the winner here, doubles 1949 with Pancho Gonzalez. Pancho passing away during this fortnight. Two great American champions here at Wimbledon. And there are others up in the Royal Box. I understand Sidney Wood, who won here in 31, now 83, enjoying today's play as Sampras serves for the second set. Kramer, the winner, back in 47. Wow, that one was hard to see. You don't get as good a time on the radar gun when you go wide as you do down the middle, but that one, 119. And another 3-set points.
You know, math, quickest way to get somewhere is a straight line, so up the middle is where you're going to get the most pace on the serve, but Sampras serving 2 already to take him to triple set point. And Becker will do the same thing if a Sampras serve sits up. Still 2 more set points to tie this up at 1 set apiece.
Wow, what a game. 3 aces. As Sampras puts a lock on the second set, 6-2. They played 1 hour and 15 minutes, splitting sets. Now it's best 2 of 3. Rolex and Wimbledon, the partnership.
Third set, Becker to serve.
High quality.
And for 17 years, right? I know the routine.
Yeah,
it's like, we've heard that enough.
Tradition, 17, partnership. Just long.
15 long.
You only want to leave that ball if you're 99% sure it's going to go long. That 1% was in Becker's mind as he watched this one go by him. That ball just dropping about an inch or 2 deep. Well left there by Bars. That's not going to go in there.
30 long.
Pete's saying to himself, why didn't I put more topspin on that lob or just hit through that backhand? Not do what I just did. But he makes awful quick adjustments, this youngster from California. We'll see what happens the next time that shot comes around.
Becker had trouble finding his footing in the middle of the court where it's well worn.
It's lucky he didn't fall down here. It's a good effort just to get to it. That's a sitter for Pete Sampras right there. Becker probably happy he didn't clock him with that forehand. Pete too much of a gentleman. Easy put away to the open court. Lendl would have drilled me with that.
14-15.
Anyone that you would have drilled?
Oh, Lendl for starters. I just didn't hit the ball as hard as him, so wouldn't have hurt him even if I had hit him.
We're underway. Third set.